What if I told you that the single biggest obstacle standing between you and fluency isn't your vocabulary size, and it isn't your grammar knowledge? In fact, the very thing you think makes you sound fluent is actually destroying your communication skills. We are constantly taught that we need to speed up to sound like a native speaker. But imagine if the secret to unlocking perfect understanding and confident speaking wasn't hitting the gas pedal, but actually hitting the brakes. Today I'm going to share a mindset shift that feels counterintuitive, but it is the fastest way to master this language. It's time to stop rushing and start communicating. Hello friends and welcome back. Let me ask you a serious question. Have you ever been in a conversation where your heart starts racing, your mind goes blank, and you just try to push the words out as fast as possible because you're afraid of silence? We have all been there. We have this false belief that speed equals skill. We look at native speakers and we hear how quickly they connect their words, and we tell ourselves, if I can just speak at that speed, I'll be fluent. You might have even clicked on videos titled How to Speak English Fast, thinking that speed is the ultimate goal. But here is the hard truth. When you prioritize speed over clarity, you actually hurt your fluency. When you rush, you don't give your brain the necessary processing time it needs. The result, you pick the wrong vocabulary, you skip over important grammar rules, your pronunciation becomes messy and mumbled, and worst of all, you develop bad habits that become very hard to break later on. Think about it from the listener's perspective. If you are rushing and mumbling, the person listening to you has to work incredibly hard just to decipher what you are saying, and sometimes they won't understand you at all. This isn't just about speaking either. It applies to how you learn. Many students obsess over trying to understand native English speakers by listening to extremely fast dialogue before they're ready. But if you miss the small details, the was, the have, the just, you might miss the entire context of the story. You hear the noise, but you miss the emotion. So what is the solution? It is a technique I call mindful English. Now, mindful is a buzzword these days, but in language learning, it has a very specific, powerful meaning. Being mindful means paying full, 100% attention to the present moment. It means you are not stressing about the mistake you made 10 seconds ago, and you aren't panicking about the sentence you have to say 10 seconds from now. You are right here, focused on this word, this sound, this meaning. When you slow down and apply mindfulness to your English, everything changes. First, your brain finally has the space to breathe. You have time to process the sounds coming in and the words going out. You can actually notice how one word links to the next. You can hear the emotion behind the voice, not just the data. Second, and this is crucial, speaking slowly projects confidence. Have you ever noticed that nervous people tend to talk very fast? They want to get it over with. But confident speakers, think of great leaders, teachers, or actors, they take their time. They use pauses. They value their own words enough to let them land. When you slow down, you are telling the world, what I have to say is important. So how do we actually practice this? I want to give you a practical roadmap to turn this concept into a daily habit. Step 1 is slow listening. I want you to take a short piece of audio, maybe a podcast clip or a video that is just 1 or 2 minutes long. Listen to it at normal speed first. Then, I want you to slow it down. Listen to it again with the intention of being a detective. Don't just listen for the general idea. Listen for the tiny details. How did they pronounce that vowel? Did they say going to or gonna? Did they say want to or wanna? When you listen mindfully, you stop translating in your head and start noticing the mechanics of the language. Step 2 is slow repeating or shadowing. After you've listened,
I want you to repeat what you heard, but do it loudly and slowly. Imagine you are an actor playing a role. Match their tone. If they sound excited, you sound excited. If they pause, you pause. But do not rush. Give every syllable the respect it deserves. This helps your mouth muscles memorize the correct movement patterns without the pressure of a real conversation. Step 3 is the power of the pause.
This is for when you are actually speaking to someone. When someone asks you a question, fight the urge to answer immediately. In our culture, we often fear silence. But a 2-second pause makes you look thoughtful, not stupid. Take a breath. Think about your answer. Construct the sentence. Then speak. For example, if I ask you, "What did you do yesterday?" Don't just blurt out, "I went to park with friend." Pause. Breathe. Yesterday, I went to the park with my best friend. See the difference? The second version has weight. It has clarity. It is easy for the listener to digest. Step 4 is listener awareness. Always remember that communication is a two-way street. Your goal isn't to finish your sentence. Your goal is to transfer an idea from your head to their head. When you speak slowly and mindfully, you are being kind to your listener. You are making sure they can follow you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but if I speak slowly, won't I sound boring? Absolutely not. You can speak slowly and still have high energy, great facial expressions, and intense emotion. Slow does not mean robotic. Slow means deliberate. It might feel strange at first. If you're used to rushing, slowing down will feel unnatural. You might feel like you're moving in slow motion. That is okay. That discomfort is just your brain rewiring itself. As you practice mindful English, you will notice a shift. You will stop using filler words like and because you are actually thinking before you speak. Your pronunciation will clean up because you are giving your tongue time to move to the right position. And eventually, a magical thing happens. Your speed will naturally increase. But this time, it won't be a messy, nervous speed. It will be a controlled, fluent, and articulate speed. You are building a foundation of rock, not sand. So, my challenge to you starting today is this. Catch yourself when you rush. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Enjoy every single word you speak. Trust me, the world is willing to wait for what you have to say. If you found value in this new approach to fluency, please hit that like button. It really helps the video reach more learners like you. And if you want to continue this journey toward confident communication, make sure to subscribe to English Glow. I'll see you in the next video.